So here we are. Today is the day. It's February 4th, and we are all packed up and ready to go. We're going to cross the border and go into Mexico today. We've got to probably exchange some money into pesos. We just checked the exchange rate, and it's pretty good. There is Scott. At the last minute, he couldn't go because of some paperwork things that he's got going, but he may straighten them out and come anyway. So if he does, it's going to be like a couple of weeks behind us, which is perfectly fine. We're going to be down here for a couple of months. We've got the van all packed up. You see we've got some supplies up on the roof. The dirt bike is going. We got firewood coming. Kendall's ready. She's coming. And we are all set to go. So we're going to hop in the van and go to Calexico and do this thing. Here we go.
I don't know. I think about it like a few times a day, and it still is really
He was just
sad.
helping me on my mountain bike, changing the gears and Quartzsite when we were having Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we were just talking about how he was gonna take his countertops out and put a recliner in there.
Nothing to declare. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm just gonna follow this. Hello.
Girls, stay.
We just were in El Centro. We're going down to San Felipe. Yeah. Okay, you got that? The registration for the motorcycles? If we find a place, even if it's before there, we'll find a place and we didn't do any money exchange. Alright, so tell me when the camera's on.
On.
Okay, so we just got across the border. I don't know how much of it Kendall filmed, but they stopped us, they asked us some routine questions, and already we weren't prepared. We thought we had all of our packages in a, or all of our paperwork in a folder, and when we looked in it, it only had stuff like birth certificates, and they didn't even want birth certificates. They wanted our registration for our vehicle and the registration for the motorcycle, probably so they could see that the motorcycle wasn't stolen or something going across the border. But we didn't have it, and I couldn't find it. The registration's usually on the back of the motorcycle in this little bag that I carry stuff in, but that bag just got ripped off like 2 weeks ago, so that bag's free floating somewhere in the van, and while we were piling all of our stuff in to leave, we don't know where it is. Right at this moment, I have no idea where that stuff is. So hopefully it's in the van and didn't wind up in storage. I know I wouldn't have put that bag in storage because it's got tools in it that I use, but so right off the bat, we had to sit there, tear the van apart. They probably watched us tear the van apart and just took pity on how pitiful we were not being prepared and said, all right, go ahead and go, but next time have your registration and everything on your vehicles. And so now we're meandering around in just across the border, Mexicali, I guess. And I just punched into the GPS the direction we're going, and we didn't get any money transferred over, so I don't know if that's going to be a big headache or not. But we're in Mexico, and the next step for us is to get down on the highway. What highway is it that we got to go on?
5.
We got to get down heading south on 5 towards San Felipe, and then maybe find a place to pull over and tear this whole van apart and get all of our proper paperwork in order so we have it, because I'm sure that when we come back across the border, they're gonna want to see it. So anyway, that's where we're at so far, and it's early in the day. We got the whole day ahead of us. Probably a lot of cool stuff is gonna happen still. Hopefully nothing bad. So far so good. city of San Felipe, which I understand is maybe perhaps our last chance to do anything like convert money, get SIM cards for our jetpack, things like that easily. Maybe they can still be done in Cabo San Lucas or whatever, but this may be our last chance to do these things easily. So let's go find some brands that we recognize and see if we can get that handled. Looks like nobody's home.
I know.
Probably should top off here too with fuel.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's going on here? We got some Alto signs. So we will Alto indeed. Don't need any tickets, yeah? Is everybody else Alto?
I don't know if they have Alto signs.
Tacos, how much is the price on those?
I don't know. I couldn't see.
Try to look while I'm driving, because I wouldn't mind having a local taco. See if you can see anything that's like a bank. Look at that guy's jacket. Is it cold here? Everybody's wearing jackets.
Yeah, it's windy. We're right by the Gulf.
Let's put the window down and see what it feels like. Look at that tapa.
Ooh. Got a little cow with the tapa.
Sorry, dude. It's not really that cold, but it's not exactly warm either. Light jacket. I get it.
Yeah, look at the trees. They're like blowing like crazy.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we can get our stuff done and just keep heading south as long as we have a place to park by nightfall. We'll get a better map.
Yeah, that's what we need, because it's hard for me. I can't figure out how to do distance on this other map. This is the town of Puertecitos. 8 blocks at 10 p.m. No entry, no exit after 10 p.m. I don't know where we are.
I don't know. What's that say?
Carnes, it's like a fruit, vegetable sign. Bienvenidos de Mexico! This is our first spot. First night, first spot. And this is right outside of Puertecitos. And we are at a place called Sur de Volcan Prieto, I think. Which I don't know what that means, but it's beautiful here. This is our site for the night. It is free. You pan kind of slow. There's trash, there's bones, but it's pretty clean for the most part. We're right off the highway, Highway 5, but you can't tell. And there she is in all of her glory. And there's my little beach baby. I got 3 of them right there. Boom, boom, boom. And this is what I look like today. So, it's a beautiful place to be for the first night. Volcan Prieto. Sur de Volcan Prieto.
So here we are, waking up our first morning in Mexico. And this is what we woke up to. This is where we are. This is a site that was found on freecampsites.net. Punched it into the GPS. We're south of Puertecito. We're south of San Felipe. That was the first town that we came to. San Felipe was a small beach town. There was a small to medium-sized grocery store there. Pemex gas stations. Some convenience stores and a lot of restaurants and hotels. There wasn't any kind of a Walmart or Costco or anything like that. We exchanged some money there into pesos, and we paid for our fuel with American dollars. I think that one of the first Spanish sentences that I need to learn is, do you accept American dollars? Because we now have a mix of both, and I'd like to commit more to the pesos. I think they're going to catch on down here. So today we ride further south. We're going to go from 5 to 1, and we're going to make our way down to Mulegé. I expect the drive is going to be slow today, and I wouldn't want it any other way. They say the road's rough, but that's all right. We expect to have a lot of fun. We're well supplied. Our attitudes are in the right place. And we're going to have an awful lot of fun for the next 2 months. And we're going to bring you guys along. As a matter of fact, if we're not already friends on Facebook and you do that, head over there now. My name is Jamie Dimon. It's J-A-M-I-E-D-I-M-O-N, and send me a Facebook request. Because after all, we are friends now, right? I mean, in as much as you can be on the World Wide Web with folks, I think we are. And so I update there sometimes, along with our Enigmatic Nomadics Facebook page. And of course, YouTube. If you're watching this, it means we found internet either in a cafe or we got our Telcel cards hooked up into our jetpack. That's something that we haven't done yet. This first trip, it wasn't really important to me to make sure that we had dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's before we head south. I don't want to ask for any more turmoil than we need by not being prepared, but I think it's also part of the adventure to kind of figure things out as you go, and that's why not speaking Spanish is going to be a fun challenge for me, and some of these other things like locating internet and figuring out where we're going to sleep each night. It kind of brings me back to the first year that we started living this way. You know, I had that little twinge of anxiety of where we're going to sleep tonight. Is somebody going to roust us? Is somebody going to move us along? If I want to take a Benadryl to help me fall asleep, is that a bad idea if I end up having to be awake and alert in an hour because somebody's knocking on the van? Little things like that. It's all part of the fun though. And this is what we have to look forward to. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next round.
Having fun yet? Yeah, it's been a blast.
But I think it means we're going that way. I think it means that if we don't go through this arch, we didn't do it. Palapa?
50 pesos for Palapa.